Hello again, everyone, wherever you may be. I'm Scott Blair, and this is a live version of the horse right here. And we are at the crosswalk. You can see it back here. And my normal compadre on the horse right here is with me this morning, Lang Wittman. Lang, how are you?
I'm doing good on this Saturday morning, looking for a big day of racing at Oaklawn today.
Yeah, and speaking of Saturday morning, my goodness, my drive in today, it was a Chamber of Commerce morning. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. There are azaleas in bloom. The tulip trees are in bloom. The red buds are in bloom. It is going to be gorgeous over at the track today, right?
Yeah, today's the day to get out there on the infield and hang out in the sunshine. After some of the bad weather we've had all winter, this is going to be a picture perfect day.
Great. Okay. So, what we do on this podcast is I just let Lang pick out three races. Now, we're going to eventually cover the feature race of the day, the Grade 3 Whitmore Stakes, which is a sprint for older horses, and we'll do it third. But he's got a couple others picked, so let's not waste any other time. And Lang, go ahead, and he's going to start with race 6, which this Lang. Man, this is a crazy condition. You know how I am about conditions.
Oh, I know.
It's a starter allowance.
You keep
race.
teaching me about that.
It's a starter allowance race, but man, there's some caveats in here. You had to either started in a claiming race or broke your maiden at state level, or you broke your maiden in an auction race. And so that gives us quite a few horses here. When you put it all together, we got 9 going. Lang, take it away.
Yeah, in the 6th race today at Oaklawn, the 6 furlong starter allowance race for fillies. My top pick, number 2, Tis in Sight, 3-1 on the morning line. Chris Hartman and David Cabrera will be riding today. Horse has 8 career starts, 3 wins in 1 place, so 4 times in the exacta in her career. Her last 4 dirt starts have been pretty consistent at 6 furlongs, has a second, 2 wins, and a 4th. The other race in her last 5, there was a 7 furlong race in there. She didn't really like that. Came in 6th that day. A repeat of her starter level race from February 8th, I believe, will win this race today. Tis in Sight, number 2, is my top pick in this 6th race. My second choice is number 7, Hallowed Hall, 9-2 on the morning line. Wire-to-wire win in the debut from the 2-hole, drawing away late. Moves up off the maiden win with red hot jockey Ramon Vasquez riding in her 2nd career start. And my third choice, horse number 8, Debbie Dahl, 4-1 on the morning line. Last saw her try Stakes Company December 14th off a maiden claiming $125,000 race. That was back in November 1st. Ran big for a half in that stakes race, then faltered, drops down to the starter level for Robert Medina. Abel Cedillo rides, and a repeat of her maiden win, I believe, can put her in the mix here. But she is my third choice, number 8, Debbie Dahl, here in the 6th race at Oaklawn today.
Okay, Lang. So this can get boring. These are the same 3 horses I picked. All right.
I'm on the right path.
Yeah, you're on the right path. But I've got some markings that I want to ask you about. We'll start at the bottom. We'll start with your third choice. That was the number 8, Debbie Dahl. One thing that I think is interesting about her is how she qualified for this race, and she broke her maiden in maiden claiming, so she automatically qualifies since she's ran in a claiming race. Okay. But she went after that. She went into a restricted stakes race here at Oaklawn back in December. She struggled. I think she's dropping back where she kind of belongs. And that maiden claiming was $150K. Now that was not an auction, but that's one of those, as they say out west, it's a Baffert exclusionary maiden race. You get a little easier competition because he won't dare run in it, but you're probably not going to get taken at 150,000. This one was over at Churchill, so maybe they were keeping some of those big Churchill trainers like Brad Cox out of that race by doing that. And so that's how she qualified for this race. Now, I'm going to also say that she was very competitive up until she turned for home in that stakes race. And today she adds Lasix, so she might be able to just carry her distance a little further, even though she doesn't need to go further. But she can run fast for a while. Go ahead, and any other comments on Debbie Dahl?
No, that's what I noticed about her too. I mean, she was competitive in that race. Like I said, until they turned for home, faltered down the stretch, but dropping back down a little bit. I think this could be to her liking. But questions are there a little bit, so that's why she is my third choice in this race. That big maiden claiming race, like that's just a slight notch below the maiden special weight, right?
Right. I mean, it is maiden special because probably
Yeah.
nobody's going to get taken out of there. But they rule out those big $1,000,000 and $500,000 horses that were bought at auction. So you get rid of some of them, but not all.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Howland Hall was your second choice. I thought that horse was interesting. She qualified by breaking her maiden at claiming level 2, but also a high level, 75,000. Still a lot of people might not, that even excludes more of these expensive horses when they do that. And I liked her. Anything else about her?
Well, no, I like that she broke her maiden from the inside, and a lot of times that scares me. And horses in their first time out, they get down there by the fence. Horses try to come over on them, and they kind of back out a little bit. The ones that are really fast enough can get ahead of all that. But that's also usually an unknown here when horses make their debut. Hallowed Hall got past that and with flying colors, and we'll see what she does today.
Okay. Tis in Sight was your top choice. It's also my top choice. In fact, it's maybe one of my better bets of the day, one of the more likely winners. I'm going to throw out, I mean, I got a little cautionary about her last race, that optional claiming first level allowance, where she kind of faded in the stretch. But Hartman knows what he's doing. He's coming back. She's on a good, proper rest. And I really liked her. I think she's the class of the race. What else do you like about Tis in Sight?
I like that she has 3 wins in her career, and some of these other ones in here are just coming out of their maiden win. She's maybe a veteran in the field with 8 career starts, and has won 3 times and ran second once. So, as I mentioned, 4 times in the exacta. Looks to be one of the most consistent horses in the race, and one that I can count on to give a good run today.
Okay, put your top 3 back in order for everybody.
Yeah, 6th race today at Oaklawn. Give me number 2, Tis in Sight on top. Number 7, Hallowed Hall second, and number 3, Debbie Dahl third.
Okay, and number 8, Debbie Dahl.
Oh,
yeah. She's in the third position. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Or so, and by the way, I'm real bad about. I've always got to check what I write down, because a lot of times, if I'm not careful, I write down that morning line odd rather than the number. It's cost me a couple of times in the past. All right.
I have done that as well.
Yeah. So, all right, we're going to jump all the way to the end of the card. We're going to save the Whitmore for the last race that we're going to cover. But let's go to race 11. And boy, Lang, you are brave to take this one on live. It's a maiden special weight, $110,000 purse, going 6 furlongs. And these are fillies that are 3 years old, and there is a lot going on in this race with first-time starters, adding Lasix. Go ahead.
I took this one on because I figured you would have some insight, and you might give me the winner.
Yeah.
My top pick in this race is horse number 9, Mighty Nora, 6-1, good price on the morning line. Looks to me to be the best of those that might have raced before. 4 career starts, obviously no wins because we're in a maiden special weight race, but twice has run second. 1 time ran third, and the 1 time when she was off the board, the jockey got tossed. So we'll just throw that one out.
Okay.
Dallas Stewart has won a few races recently. Is having a good meet at Oaklawn, and would be no surprise to win this with jockey Manny Escobar aboard. My second choice, number 3, Leapology, 3-1 on the morning line. Brad Cox sends out this first-time starter with Abel Cedillo riding. Cox has had kind of a soft meet so far with his runners that he's had here, but this one looks well meant. Has been training at Oaklawn since mid-January for this debut. Number 3, Leapology, as my second choice. And my third pick, number 2, Fraud Alert, 10-1 on the morning line. Looking for a little price here in this maiden special weight race. Randy Morse trains, Rafael Bejarano rides. Debuted on February 26th and got the lead for a half and faded to 4th. Second start, maybe a move forward, could produce a in-the-money finish with a shot to win for horse number 2, Fraud Alert, in the 11th race today at Oaklawn.
Yeah, Fraud Alert has the every right to improve here. Turned in a bullet work back on February 19th. That'd be the only thing that I saw on there that really concerns me about this horse is why has it been, or I'm sorry, yeah, February 19th. I got it right. I'm wondering why that horse didn't work again at least once, maybe twice before this start. That's the only concern I have there. But again, I'm not questioning guys like Randy Morris. I'm not a horseman. It just catches my eye. That's all
Sure,
I'm saying.
sure.
Right. So, anything else about Fraud Alert?
No, that's basically got. I mean, 10-1 in a race like this, I think is worth a look and worth being my third choice.
Okay. All right. Number 3, Leafology. That was your second choice. I like this horse. I noticed a little something. You know, we've got some experience with Brad Cox, and what I found interesting about this horse was 2 5 furlong works recently, and one of them from the gate. That's a little out of the norm for Brad. Typically, when he thinks a horse is ready to go, a real strong 5, a maintenance 4, and then let's enter. And yeah, I have no reason to think that this horse couldn't just run away with this race.
Yeah, and the morning line kind of looks at it, and they think that might be the case too with the 3-1 morning line for the first time starter.
Okay, so before we go to your top pick, Mighty Nora, I'm going to ask you about the 7. Do you have any notes in, or yeah, I just like this Amos horse, cutting back in distance, very competitive in the early stages of the race. When she ran back on January 22nd. I think that he has really been working. I'm talking when I say he, Tom Amos, really working hard at conditioning this filly with since that race, 3 solid works, one at the fairgrounds. Well, all 3 are at the fairgrounds. I'm sorry. But what I really saw was him trying to put some fitness into her with a 5 furlong and then most recently a 6 furlong. And I would not be surprised if this horse just tries to go and wire it, because we all know that Tom, if he likes a horse, he's going to send it. Of course, Brad is too. No comments on.
Well, I mean,
Macy's
when I send out my picks, there I have 4 horses go across, and the last for my fourth choice, it was choosing between the 6 and 7. I ended up going with the 6, but I obviously did not dislike the 7.
Yeah.
I just ended up liking the 6 a little bit more with the 10-1 odds, and it's a firster for Asmussen, I believe.
Yeah.
So that's why I went that route. But I can see the 7 making a good run today. And when I bet my late pick 4, I might add that 7 that I know that you are pretty high on that 7 to add it to my ticket.
Yeah, I just think that Amos really has conditioned this horse to go to the front and try to wire it all. Okay. Mighty Nora, I didn't have a lot of markings on her, but yes, she obviously she has ran at maiden special weight 3 times over in Kentucky, then came here and ran in that maiden optional claiming of 75,000. It's another one of those that's just really a step below, but you lose a lot of those high priced horses. You don't have any Macy's Mischief that's 210. You don't have horses like that in those races. Those owners don't want to lose them, and so it gets a little easier company. And then today come back at maiden special weight level, and she was close last time. Give us a couple more reasons why she's the pick.
Well, that's the main reason for me is she's getting back to the maiden special weight level. I'm not worried about that slight move back up. I don't think she ran her best in the last race. I expect some of her previous races to move to replicate that today. And if that's the case, you don't know necessarily enough about all the first time starters to back them strongly. And I do think that she is the best in here that has raced before. We'll check it with your 7.
Okay. All right. Put them in order.
Yeah, the 11th race, the finale today at Oaklawn, the maiden special weight for 3-year-old fillies. My top pick, number 9, Mighty Nora. Second choice, number 3, Leapology. and third pick, number 2, Fraud Alert.
Okay. All right. Now we're going to race 10. That's the feature race. We're going to jump back up to race 10. That's the grade 3 Whitmore, named after the legend here, Whitmore. From the Ron Moquette barn. If you're around here today, maybe some of you even went to see Ron Moquette at Don at Oaklawn with Nancy Holthus. I heard he was very good. I bumped into a guy out in the parking lot, Mr. O'Brien. He just said he was fantastic. So this is the namesake. Do you know if they're going? And I didn't even think to ask. A lot of times they'll let Whitmore lead the post parade here. Now he's been training in other disciplines with Ron's wife, and it's been fantastic. It's at those other disciplines that he's doing nowadays. Do you know if he's here?
I do not know. I have not heard. I know that that has happened in the past. That's pretty cool.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll get to see him in the flesh today. All right. 6 furlongs. Purse is $250,000. And this is a strong race. My Brisnet par is 100 here. So that means these are should be quality horses. Go ahead, Lane.
Well, my top pick in the Whitmore today, as we mentioned earlier this week when we recorded our podcast, is Wendelson. Horse number 1, loves Oaklawn Park, 6 career starts, every time in the money, 3 wins, 2 places, 1 show. He loves running at the 6 furlong distance that they're racing today. 8 career starts, 4 wins, 2 places, and 1 show. Under those conditions, looks to me just like to be super consistent. You're looking at his past performances as far as the buyer speed figures. The last 5 races he's ran at 6 furlongs, he has a buyer between 95 and 100 every race. You kind of throw out those 2 turf tries that he had. Didn't like that very much. So he is my obvious top pick in this race. Okay. My second choice, and one that might be a little bit under the radar, is number 3, Tough Catch. This one from trainer Dallas Stewart, who I've been pretty high on lately. Mm-hmm. He's been bringing some good runners here. I believe he has a maiden entered tomorrow that he's thinking pretty highly of, and I'm going to be playing that one as well. Okay. Tough Catch, ridden by Ramon Vasquez. Here's a horse with 9 career lifetime starts, 6 times in the exacta, 3 wins, 3 places. I believe he is not quite to the level of Wendelson or Tejano Twist, who we're going to get to in a minute, but it looks like to me that he is coming up to a race.
Absolutely. Yes.
And I've seen Dallas Stewart do it for years, kind of slip into a race a little bit underrated, has some odds on his horse, and boom, he gets there, and you look back and you go, why didn't I see that? Mm-hmm. I don't want to miss out on that today. Number 3, Tough Catch from trainer Dallas Stewart is my second choice. And my third choice, as I mentioned earlier, with Tejano Twist. Here's a horse that is consistent as you can get. 46 career starts, 31 times in the money, 11 big wins, $1.7 million earned. The late runner sometimes doesn't get all the way there for the win, but is going to be there in the money at the end. I'm not positive that Tejano Twist is going to catch Wendelson or maybe Tough Catch today, but you cannot leave him out of your trifecta bet. Ultra consistent, ultra game all the time. Did win her last race pretty easy. So we will see how he does here in this race today, but I do have him third.
Okay. Yeah, Tejano Twist, I don't know really where to put him. He has burned me when I bet on him, and he's burned me when I haven't. And he is just a solid horse. And sometimes I think, well, this one's a little better, I'm going to go with it. And he pops up and wins. And I think, well, I think he's a little bit the best, and he just doesn't quite get there, So, but yeah, he's got to be in anybody's top 3. I've got nothing but good things to say about that horse. Tough Catch. That's the interesting horse that a lot of people are keeping their eye on. Okay, I don't know what kind of odds you're going to get on him, but he definitely has his chance to take his big step today and get that first greatest stakes win. I tend to like him as well. Go ahead and tell us how Tough Catch might beat Wendelson.
Well, I believe, Tough Catch, I just think he might end up being the now horse in this race.
Yes.
Wendelson obviously has more credentials coming into this race, and ultimately that's why I picked Wendelson on top, because it's somewhat unknown with Tough Catch coming into this race. But, has raced one time since November,
Uh-huh.
and that was a win here at Oaklawn by a couple lengths. I think he'll move forward off that race. It's going to put him right there in the photo at the end, and we'll see whether he can get his nose to the wire first.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he will, maybe he won't. But 7-2 on the morning line. I do think he'll be the third betting choice because Wendelson and Tejano Twist, I believe, will take all the money.
Yeah, I agree, and so you might get some value right there, right?
Yeah.
And so yeah, and by the way, I'll mention that at the end. Wendelson. Okay, I just told you that sometimes I fade Tejano Twist and he gets me. Well, guess what? He did with Wendelson, and well, he beat Wendelson for the place. But Roland Big Joe's not here today, so Wendelson is one of those that I played heavy in the King Cotton, got burned. He ended up third. I very rarely play a show bet, but that's where he finished that day. I'm with you. I think he is going to be the horse to beat here today. Tell us one more time why.
Yeah, I just like him at the track. I like him at the distance. Career wise, closing in on $500,000 earned from 17 starts. So this horse has done it for a little bit of time now. He's ready to roll. He's ready to win one of these big races, and I think it's going to be today.
Okay, put him in order.
In the 10th race, the grade 3 Whitmore today at Oaklawn. My top pick, number 1, Wendelson. My second choice, number 3, Tough Catch. And my third choice, number 4, Tejano Twist.
Okay, so before we go to the thank yous and wrap up, now I'm going to throw something at you. We talked the 10th, we talked 11th. Put us a double together.
Let's use Wendelson and Tough Catch in this race, along with the 9 and the 3 in the 11th race. That would be Mighty Nora and Leapology, the first-time starter for Brad Cox. So a 1-3 with a 9-3 for your $5 late double today at Oaklawn.
Yeah, and good point. It is a $5 late double. That might be a little rich when you put that all together. That's a $20 bet. But, man, there's a lot of people going to be here today that are in groups. It might be fun to everybody throw in a few bucks and play a double there because these late doubles have been paying well. So you might take that chance. You got a group, everybody throwing a little money. And let's play a double here at the end.
I tell you, if that is a little rich, I would go 1 and 3 in the Whitmore. I would if I'm a single one, I'm going to single the 9 out of those two races because I really like Tough Catch. I'm not sold that he's taking that step forward today, but I don't want to leave him out either.
I got you. All right. Well, that kind of wraps things up, but we got a lot of thank yous to put together here before we go. First of all, let's thank our sponsors. One of them is Arkansas Beverage Sales, Michelob Ultra. You can see it right here in front of us. They're so gracious to help us with this. Also, our longtime sponsor on our podcast is Brothers Roofing and Restoration. He is got residential roofing all across the western half of the state in eastern Oklahoma. So if you have any kind of residential roofing needs, make sure that you find Brothers Roofing and Restoration on social media or brothersroofing48.com. That 48 was his number when he played for the Razorbacks. He played defensive end back in the 80s. Okay, let's also thank our friends at ESPN Radio. They help us with these podcasts and gracious enough for Colton. Hey, anybody that's tried to watch this podcast so far, this live, knows we ran into some technical difficulties, but I had Colton come over one day and he helped me get it all straightened out, and I'm glad he did. So thank you to the guys at ESPN. And you can also at hitthatline.com pick up our weekly podcast for the horse right here, as well as Finding Value. Okay. And so Lang, this is where I'm going to turn it over. Oh, wait, I'm going to say one other thing. To some of the locals that are from around here that are out in Vegas at the NHC. That would be Marshall Graham and Clay Sanders, both of 10 Strike Racing. Tanya and Amy that are from Little Rock, both of them are out there as well. In fact, and then also Go Forth. He's another regular here at the Crosswalk. All of them are out there for the tournament. I wish all of them the best of luck. actually out of that group, Tanya was the leader out of that group. She was 60th. So I think she was doing the best after yesterday. So we wish them all luck and hope that many of them or several of them can get to the final round tomorrow. Okay, Lang, this is where I'm going to turn it over to you and let everybody know how you get your picks each and every day of the Oaklawn meet.
Yeah, I go by at the Railbird 333 across all social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Hit me up on any of those social media platforms to get my picks for any race day at Oaklawn. I have special packages at discounted rates. I have an end of the season package. What if you have a certain need? Somebody messaged me last night. They wanted just the Saturday and Sunday races the rest of the year. I put together an offer for him, and we got that settled. So I can do whatever. It's just me. So I'll make the rules as I go along.
Maybe
so.
I should call. I'm a sucker for a deal. I love deals.
I'll give you a deal. I'll give you a deal. I'll give you a deal.
Right.
So yeah, look, when we finish this podcast, I'm getting back on my phone and sending out my sheet to the rest of the people. I got about half of them sent out before we started. Got a few more to go when we get off here.
Okay. All right. Well, that wraps it up. We appreciate everybody joining us, whether you're here with us live or if you're joining us on YouTube. So that wraps it up. We just want to say that no matter what you're doing today, tomorrow, or at any time, always go fast and win. Thanks, Lang.
Thanks, Scott.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, I'm glad you got all this set up. If you wanted for me to get this set up, it will never happen. I'm idiotic on that kind of stuff.
We're down to where we're getting it set up in 30 minutes. That first time we tried and we still didn't get it right. I worked for 2 hours, but now we're doing well.
You're an old pro.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
That's it.